Trying to.
Welcome to Shedding. We are shedding the last 4 weeks of the year of the snake. I was really curious about how this was going to line up with the year of the horse and looking at how we actually can transition from the year of the snake to the year of the horse. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. There is a powerful cycle that happens every 9 years. And we are ending this 9 year cycle and what we call the significance, meaning that when you add up 2017, when we started this first 9 year cycle, that was adding up to the seven, the one, and the two adds up to the one. And so that actually means that we are starting a cycle. So when we end 2025, and the last day of the lunar calendar is February 16th. So when you add up the 2025, that concludes the 9 years. So when you add up 2026, it actually adds up to the year one. So in numerology, that means that we are really going into a significant shedding. Like we're letting go of the last 9 years. That includes COVID. That includes, all of these epidemics that have been kind of wave after wave coming over our world. And so researchers actually say that the year of the horse is going to be a significant year for movement and travel and risk taking. It's going to be a lot of freedom things that you see come out in your life, once in a lifetime opportunities that come in, big moves, fast paced stuff. So making this new year count is what I'd like to concentrate on for the next 4 weeks. And this lines up really well with our 90-day reset. As we start to shed, we start to release toxins. We start to release toxic thoughts, toxic relationships, and we move into a significant place where we have parasites, on our skin, in our tongue, coming out from our body. And we really need to start shedding that excess parasitic relationships and parasitic cells and being able to cleanse and renew ourselves. So there's three significant things that are happening at the end of the lunar year. One is we're starting the year of the fire horse, and we're shifting out of the snake, and then we're starting this brand new 9 year cycle. And it means fresh start. Planting seeds means basically a completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new. So think about new pathways, being able to accelerate quickly, being able to take on new projects, and it really does amplify initiations. So looking about what is shedding, we're releasing the patterns of ourself, we're releasing our detoxified set, we're releasing the toxins within our body, and we're also making anew. So we're making room for things that have been, kind of like difficult for us to manage. So when you think about like rituals of releasing emotional burdens or stagnant energy or bad habits, some of us have read Atomic Habits, and we talk about habit stacking. Like you're brushing your teeth so that you can also take your vitamins. You're brushing your teeth so you can also dry brush your skin before you get into a bath or a shower. We're talking about habit stacking, making space for these new opportunities, and that really has to be just being able to release. And so we have 4 weeks now to be able to end this emotional roller coaster in our life, to be able to create a new pathway for growth and transformation in our life. So when you think about shedding, we're really talking about releasing toxins, releasing old patterns of thinking, releasing old beliefs like I can't do that, or that's not me, or why would I do, all of those kind of like spiraling or cycling habits that we get into. That's what we really want to break. So I detail out three techniques to shed. And the main one being a daily dry brushing. A lot of people do this once a week, but I encourage people to try to do this for the next couple weeks. Try to do it every single day. And I'm going to go into the specifics of dry brushing. These are two examples of dry brushes. This one has little nubs in it. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put my hand behind it. So this helps with stimulating lymph. It kind of protects your skin a little bit more if you have sensitive skin, because this one is more of a dense fiber and it actually will penetrate deeper. It's a little bit more coarse. A lot of people put the Revitazine or Spanish sage directly onto their dry brush, and then they start to push up. And I'm going to go through the techniques that I use for dry brushing. This is really good for feeling really soft skin. It's really good for circulation all throughout your body, especially if you have pools of areas that are toxic or have have more lymph, more fluid buildup, maybe at your hands or your feet, sometimes at your belly, promotes lymphatic drainage. And then also want to get into copper tongue scraping. So some people use plastic. Copper is great because it's the most antimicrobial substance, copper is. And so being able to get through the way back part of this white coating on our tongue and be able to scrape, scrape, scrape forward, wash it, and then scrape, scrape, scrape forward, wash it. You can use your On Guard um, foaming hand soap. That's a great way to start to clean your copper tongue scraper. And you want to do this after you brush your teeth. So you're getting rid of all of the food particles. And then we find that when we are starting to shed, especially during our 90-day detox, that we are actually releasing worms and parasites onto our tongue. And so we want to make sure to have this scraping technique done all the time throughout our 90-day reset, but especially these last 4 weeks as we shed for releasing the snake. I love Spanish sage oil. I don't think it gets enough talk as far as teaching with doTERRA. I'm a big believer in clearing and cleansing with either lighting sage and moving it around your house to create, you want to open the doors and open the windows and be able to clear out some of this toxic air, this recirculated air. Um, but it's cold outside, right? So sometimes we just need to we need to put some sage into our diffuser and actually start to, clean our air with this Spanish sage. Great for mental clarity, great for cleaning the air, cleansing the brain, and being able to move through these transitional parts of life. And we're talking about 9 years coming to a close, this cycle coming to a close. After 9 years, we are closing a huge part of our global healing, basically, and starting anew. So I think that really does make Spanish sage one of our go-to oils over the next few weeks. And if you really think about it, doing it through the 90-day reset. So how to dry brush? I like to put Revitazine directly onto my dry brush, and just a drop or two, and then putting your hand through the handle and starting with your hands. We have a lot of dark spots on the top of our hands where we drive, and being able to pull this up through our hands, through the back of our wrists. And I like to take shorter strokes on my arms and longer strokes on my legs, making sure to brush all the way through on your elbows, making sure to get into your armpits, brushing up through your shoulders, and then down into your heart. I'm going to show you on the next slide the direction in which we brush. But I want you to get a feel for holding it in your hand and doing this before you take a shower or a bath. You want to make sure that you're washing off those dry, dead skin cells as we start to brush. So make sure you get a high quality brush. I like to have it a little bit more firm. If you've got sensitive skin, look for the ones with the little nubbies on it. If you can see that. And then when you start, you're going to start from, like I said, I like to do the wrists and then pulling up through the feet, gently moving toward our lymph nodes, which are right at our crotch and then right underneath our armpits, and being able to brush down through our neck. I like to even dry brush my face. I have a little brush with a handle, and I dry brush my face all the way down. And then, of course, shower bathe directly after you dry brush, get all that dead skin cell off, be able to exfoliate. We're going to walk through that. And then being able to moisturize right after. So castor oil is a really big player over the next 4 weeks, using this on packs. We're going to talk about that. And then I like it with the Revitazine. So just a little bit in your palm, a little bit of the Revitazine. You can use some fractionated coconut oil as well. And then you can blend into either a spray bottle, or you can actually just blend into your hands and start in the exact same direction, working from your wrists all the way into your body, and then working from your feet all the way up through your waist. So let's talk about the direction that we dry brush. When we come up through the feet, we're going in and inside the knees. So you're moving from the outside of your shins to the inside of your knees, and then you're moving from the inside of your thighs right into your groin area, right into your crotch. And then when you talk about dry brushing your chest, you're talking about moving it into the center and then pulling this out. So this is coming from the center, and then this is moving out toward the lymph nodes being right underneath your armpits. When you hit the so for your breast, you want to start with your waist and move up towards your armpits here. When you talk about your waist, you want to when you're talking about the lower half of your body, you're pushing down through the hips and then over toward, like, think about wearing like your underwear. You're going to push right into the center, right into your groin area. That's where you're going to release into those lymph nodes. So doing that this way makes your skin a little bit more soft because you're going against the grain of the hair. It promotes better detoxification, improves the lymphatic flow. And if you look online, you'll see a lot of different people post their dry brushing techniques. And then also, they're also posting their before and afters for cellulite. That is really popular right now. If you know people that have that cottage cheese looking area on their thighs or their belly or even their upper arms, this is a great technique. If you're doing this on the daily, you're going to start to see a big change with the lumpiness of skin. So I encourage people, if they have uneven fat distribution, cellulite, if they have a buildup of fascia where it's actually started to dent in, dry brushing is going to be a big game changer for you. So the products that I encourage for shedding include GX Assist. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a lot of oregano. This is a way to kill off a lot of parasites that get into your gut. And then also, I'm a really big fan of the new Revitazine. So this is our Zendocrine reboot with the ginger added. So you can see with these pills, you have the resin and you have the oil with it. We're going to go into what is actually in the capsules, into the complex. And like I said, if you want to start diffusing the Revitazine, putting it into your water, just one drop. Oh gosh, it smells so good. And then also putting it onto your dry brush and being able to dry brush the Revitazine in. Those are great ways to start to shed. So we look at the GX Assist. This is oregano. It's tea tree, lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, thyme, and caprylic acid. So this is a great way to start to push out these toxins and start to kill off a bunch of parasites. So there's very few products from doTERRA that actually have the oregano in a capsule. GX Assist is one of those. You want to do this for about 10 days on and 10 days off, or maybe even 10 days on and 20 days off. So it is a cycle. You don't want to continually take it. But if you have had that stubborn sludge in your nose, if you have had reoccurring vaginal infections or urinary tract infections, GX Assist is going to be a really good solution for that for a 10-day period. You're going to take this morning, noon, and night. So take it with your meals for 10 days each month. You do want to follow up with probiotics. We have had GX Assist in the lineup since I began with doTERRA over a decade ago. So you want to make sure that as you're killing off this good and bad bacteria in your gut, that you are flourishing with new bacteria, which is the PB Assist, that good probiotic. So flushing out the bad bacteria, replacing it with good bacteria. So now let's talk about our daily detox. Daily detox is what's going to be pivotal in our 90-day reset. This Revitazine is a great component that launched in September. It's got the milk thistle. It's got artichoke, which is really good for transporting fat out of your liver. The black cumin seed is great for your inflammation and your immune system. And then the cumin oil, like I showed you before, that oil is there to really help to get rid and flush out toxins in our gut. Then the Revitazine oil itself, this has the rosemary to activate our liver enzymes. Ginger and cilantro help with colon detoxing. And we know cilantro is such a great antioxidant. Juniper and geranium really help to regulate your hormone fluctuations and kind of returning your hormones back to normal. And then also it's helping to support your kidneys. So those together, these are going to be, this is not a 10 days off. This is a continual part of the 90-day reset. So Revitazine capsules, I recommend to take these with your normal vitamins, probably in the morning before you eat. But if you wanted to start to take it at night, that could actually work as well. It just depends on how you feel with that cumin oil in you. And then like the Revitazine, you're going to use this all throughout the day. Really good to add to your water. Just one drop. Put it into your diffuser. If it's too if the cilantro is too much or the geranium is too much or maybe the juniper, then I would probably put a mint oil with it. Putting it in like the super mint with this might be a really good combination. You could also lean more into the lime. I'm a big proponent of putting lime with things that they want to really like boost up the um, I guess the smell, you know? So like past tense. Past tense has a lot of cilantro in it. Some people don't really like to use past tense. They love the effect of it, but if the smell could be too much, try lime with it. You know, like the Revitazine. I like this in my water, but if this is too much for you, try it with a lime and Revitazine together. So we've got a quick video right here about complex.
Is there sound with the video, Ava?
So you saw her using it on the dry brush, using it into, oopsie, there we go. This is the capsules. So you can see the construction of the actual cumin oil around all of the milk thistle and um, the black cumin. Whoopsie. So I really like those Revitazine capsules. Really makes it easy to take so many different herbs all at once. Big proponent of that. That's going to be a game changer for our 90-day reset. Here are my two best products for scrubbing. So after you dry brush, you're going to have all of this skin that's new and fresh. I encourage people to use an exfoliating body scrub as well. So it's helping to wash off those dead skin cells and overall put in something that really is more moisturizing for your skin. I love the invigorating scrub for my face. I keep my daughter has one in her bathroom. My husband has one in the shower, and I have one by my bath. So we are an invigorating scrub household around here. It really helps to remove the impurities of your skin. It helps for you to have optimal absorption, especially if you're not going to be dry brushing your face necessarily. You definitely want to be scrubbing your face over these next 4 weeks, shedding off that dead skin. And then castor oil, there to purify, there to moisturize. It's known for unblocking chakras. It's good for unblocking meridians, being able to release emotional toxins. It's aiding in purification and applying it in packs over your abdomen. It also helps to detoxify the liver, and it's great for inner release. We're thinking about the brushing and the outer release of the snake. We are also inside releasing from the Revitazine, the GX Assist, and then also through this castor oil. Really good for moisturizing. Here's a quick video. There's no sound to this, but I will tell you that if you haven't tried the patch over your belly button, this is a cute way. It's just a little, you know, like 3 or 4 drops of the castor oil, and you put it in over your belly button before you go to sleep at night. We tried this at convention, worked so well. Really good if you have eaten a heavy meal. Really good if you need to be if you're going through that reset process. And then castor oil pack, just 2 drops of the Revitazine with the castor oil and putting it over your liver. So being able to just pack it on before you go to sleep at night. You can keep it loose. It's okay. You don't have to have it tight. So what to do over the next 4 weeks? We talked about dry brushing, renewing the skin, improving the lymph. We talked about the tongue scraping, removing plaque, removing parasites. We talked about renewing our skin with the exfoliating scrub and the invigorating scrub for our face, and then the internal stuff, which is the GX Assist, 10 days on, and then coming back with the probiotic. Then we've got the Revitazine. This is incredible for moving that digestive matter, being able to release toxins, transport toxins out of us. And then the Revitazine complex or the blend, that this is going to be great for your dry brush. It's also good to diffuse and put into your water. I really like the Spanish sage to be diffusing over the next 4 weeks, helping to clear out this year of the snake. being able to remove emotional blocks and boost acceptance. So I'm going to stop the talk now so we can discuss. I would encourage you to have these modalities ready for when you are going to be shedding. I've started over the last, I guess, week since I came back from vacation, and I have been dry brushing every night, pushing in toward the lymph nodes, and getting incredible results. I've seen my skin start to look so much younger, so much softer, and excuse me, I really like the castor oil mixture with the fractionated coconut oil together with the Revitazine as a moisturizer. So we're going to talk more about the 90-day reset. I appreciate you guys for jumping on.